Hey guys!
Thank you.
Welcome to CD Media. So I guess that Elon's just a neo-Nazi, and for emphasis, I guess we'll say it again. Elon is a neo-Nazi. Musk supports Nazi groups and rhetoric. We had to do a bit of a deep dive, mostly looking at Musk's rhetoric and tweets. We're not going to call it X, by the way, and the other groups that he supports. And after doing our research, we think that you can see plain as day that the guy is a Nazi, or at least Nazi is Jason. Surely after doing a salute like the one that Elon did, someone would issue an apology, or at least say it was a mistake, or even in Elon's case, at least say that the radical left are just stupid and overreacting. But instead, he says, this awesome tweet.
Wow. Yeah, that tweet contains references to prominent figures in Hitler's National Socialist Party and is the furthest thing from an apology or retraction for the salute. If that wasn't damning enough, let's take a look at Elon's tweets and previous Nazi controversies.
Because are not that hard to draw.
In 2023, Musk responded to a post on Twitter that stated Jewish communities, quote, have been pushing the exact kind of dialectical hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. The post alluded to, quote, hordes of minorities invading Western countries. Musk replied to the tweet with, quote, you have said the actual truth.
Oh boy, white replacement rhetoric. Elon isn't just stupid, guys, and he's well aware of what these talking points represent. He's not just asking questions, he's trying to make you question a racial group. More specifically, he'd like to get white people in America and other countries to get mad at these supposed Jewish overlords in the ADL. That's the Anti-Defamation League. His idea would be that this league suppresses this kind of speech, and this is obviously bad, on the horizon of being anti-Semitic even. But this might not be outright anti-Semitism alone, as talking points like this and similar to it are all over the modern MAGA right wing. However, in combination with this and his continued support of groups like the ADF, these quotes and actions get drawn into serious question.
Because are not that hard to draw.
But what exactly is the AFD? The Alternative for Deutschland. Let's take a look at their Wikipedia. Quote, Alternative for Germany is a far-right and right-wing populist political party in Germany. The AFD is Eurosceptic and opposes immigration into Germany, especially Muslim immigration. Germany's domestic intelligence agency has classified the party as suspected extremist organization.
Who doesn't want that in Germany, am I right?
In 2017, 10 AFD members were part of a Facebook group that shared Nazi and anti-Semitic rhetoric and memes. One of the posts that went viral was an image of Anne Frank on a pizza box that said oven freshness.
Good Lord.
After the image blew up, most of the AFD members left the group stating that they were unsure of how they joined the group, while one of the members, blatantly might I add, stayed in the group in a quote referring to the name of the group, saying, I am staying in the group because I am a patriot. Other awesome quotes from the former leader of the AFD, quote, if the French are rightly proud of their emperor and the Britons of Nelson and Churchill, we have the right to be proud of the achievements of German soldiers in 2 world wars. The AFD represents a growing movement of neo-Nazism in Germany, but how does this connect to Elon, you might ask?
Well, why don't we start where Elon Musk comes in?
If you're gonna do the hate crime, you have to put in the hate time.
So where does Elon come in? Elon has given his continued support to the AFD. Most recently, Elon on January 25th, 2005, virtually attended an AFD rally expressing his support and how the AFD was Germany's only hope. Musk also expressed how important this election is and how important his backing should also be, saying, quote, I think it could decide the entire fate of Europe, and maybe the world, he told AFC supporters on Saturday. That is the significance of this election. In an earlier live stream on X on January 9th of this year, he hosted the current leader of the AFD, Alice Weidel. Sorry, I might say that wrong. Her grandfather was a literal Nazi, being a part of Hitler's SS. That's the group that would kill his political opponents, by the way.
Hey, this is Future Colby. Me and David were just doing some editing, and we had extra information that we definitely needed to go over. So, as we said in the video, Alice Waddell is literally the granddaughter of a Nazi judge that was literally appointed by Hitler himself. He joined the Nazi Party in 1933 as an SS member for Hitler. That is about as deep as you could get into the whole cabal. On that same note, on the right of the screen, you can see both Elon Musk's dad and grandfather. Inside an interview, when asked about Elon Musk's grandparents, Errol Musk responded with, they used to support Hitler and all that sorts of stuff, but they didn't know. I don't think they knew what the Nazis were doing, but the grandparents, were in the German Nazi Party, but in Canada, and they sympathized with the Germans. Again, that is what he says about his parents and their actions that they took. I think it's pretty clear that Elon's family, as well as the AFD, both have connections to the existing Nazi Party. Enjoy the rest of the video.
On the more than an hour and a half long live stream, Weidel said that Hitler was an anti-Semitic communist and a socialist in a spirit. Musk agreed and then added that only the AFD can save Germany, all while providing valuable eyes and potential voters to the AFD while manually boosting the live stream on X. Well, let's ask, was Hitler a communist or socialist? After all, his party was called the Nationalist Socialist Party. Just in case it wasn't obvious from Weidel's statement, it's anti-Semitic revisionism. Let's go and see what Hitler himself said whenever he was asked why they were called the Nationalist Socialist Party. In this interview from 1923, he stated, "No healthy man is a Marxist. For being healthy, he recognizes the value of personality. And our German workers," Hitler said, "have two souls. One is German, the other is Marxian. We must arouse the German soul and root out the taint of Marxism." Hitler then went on to kill more than 20,000 Germans when he got into power, all German communists. A communist he was not. It was merely a sham, calling himself a socialist in order to get the German people to vote for him. He was a fake populist, similar to what we have going on now.
Wait, Elon supporting another far-right party?
Bring a stencil, you Goebbels, gargling white supremacist shit. Swastikas are not that hard to draw.
Yep. The party formerly known as Brexit in the United Kingdom now goes by Reform UK. Musk has been outspoken on X in support of Tommy Robinson, a prominent far-right activist. Robinson is currently serving an 18-year prison sentence after breaching an injunction from a civil case. In that case in 2021, he was sued for libel after making false claims about a Syrian refugee. Musk then takes to X and states that the current leader of Reform UK is unfit to lead the party and added, quote, "Free Tommy Robinson now." I don't know about you, but I'm sensing a pattern. Musk is influencing politics and elections worldwide by promoting far-right leaders and groups on X.
So, while we did our research, we also heard a lot of common rebuttals, and these are some of our favorite ones that we have heard.
If you're gonna do the hate crime, you have to put in the hate time.
So let's start off with what was the right-wing defense of these actions. Well, at first they tried to claim that it was some kind of Roman salute, and nothing more than an awkward moment. The Roman salute literally does not exist, guys. When we were doing our research, there is no historical document, art, or anything else of Rome that depicts this salute. So that's just bullshit. Try better next time. What was their next attempt? Well, Ben Shapiro, as well as plenty of other Republican pundits, all tried to defend Elon by calling him autistic. So, which is it? Is he some sort of super genius that can run multi-billion-dollar companies, or does he not know the difference between "my heart goes out to you" and a literal Nazi salute? In a recent podcast, Joe Rogan also attempted to defend Elon Musk by showing American school children pledging to the flag with a similar arm gesture. Oddly enough, Rogan seems able to refute his own argument by acknowledging the meaning of that the gesture had become associated with Nazism after World War II. After the war, Americans adopted a new gesture to pledge to the flag by placing an open palm over the left side of the chest, Personally, I think that Rogan ought to realize the impact of his show and choose his words and his friends way more carefully. It's been a pattern that's persisted on his show for way too long. It's been since COVID that he just gets on for 3.5 hours and spreads misinformation either about the virus or about whatever current political thing ad nauseum.
Yeah, well, what about the AFD has reformed since then? There aren't as many Nazis. Yeah, to this day, AFD lawmakers continue to use Nazi rhetoric, such as everything for Germany, which is a banned phrase in German political speeches, and using Nazi salutes and symbols. And again, their leader is the granddaughter of an actual Nazi. An AFD lawmaker was arrested in 2024 for allegedly sea heiling. AFD doesn't hate Jews, though. Yeah, that's true. They have a new scapegoat. They hate Muslims now.
Some other rebuttals we've heard is, but Elon can't be a Nazi. He likes the H-1B visas. Okay. A quote from the Forbes article that me and David found dismantles this argument more succinctly than we can on our own. I'll go ahead and read it. The support of H-1B visas by billionaires like Musk and Ramaswamy and others should come as no surprise. On the surface, these work visas seem like a win-win, allowing highly skilled workers in specialized fields to contribute to the U.S. labor force while being granted the ability to stay in the country. What isn't talked about enough, though, is the exploitation that these workers often experience. The Economic Policy Institute reported that a majority of H-1B workers are paid below median wages. Not only is paying the employees lower wages advantageous to the employers, but workers on H-1B visas might be less likely to report workplace harm and mistreatment due to fears of how the loss of an H-1B job could drastically impact their life. And it's not outside the realm of possibilities that because of what's at stake, many H-1B workers are more compliant and less rebellious than American employees, which would naturally make them a more enticing hire. The loss of an H-1B job can result in termination of your entire visa, which could make them into an illegal immigrant immediately. And companies like Google, Amazon, and Tesla literally hold the keys to these people's lives as civilians inside our country and citizens. It's terrible, and it's unfair to them.
So just to wrap it up, so is Elon a Nazi? It's hard to say 100% with absolute certainty yes, but we feel the evidence provided should speak for itself. Elon promotes Nazi rhetoric, things like the Great Replacement Theory, he champions the AFD, and defends known neo-Nazis like Tommy Robinson, and only supports immigration if he can make a buck off of them.
If it salutes like a Nazi, if it talks like a Nazi, and supports Nazis, say it with me, David, it's probably a Nazi. But what do you guys think? We want to know, so go ahead and tell us down inside the comment sections below. What was your reaction to Elon saluting like that? Hey, and if you liked the video, be sure to punch the like button just as hard as you would a Nazi. And subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Hey guys, thanks again for watching, and peace!